Welcome to MetalVice and 666. I'm your host, Brian, joined with my other host,
Karen.
and today's topic is going to be about tour merch again. We've talked a lot about tour merch in the past. We're going to do it again, but this time we're going to try to do a little different of comparing tour merch versus city merch.
Yeah. Show merch. Individual show merch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll start the timer and I can set the stage from there, I think.
Okay. You do that.
All right. So tour merch, it's pretty typical, right? Think of a T-shirt. You have some art on the front. On the back, you're going to have the band of the name, the band of the tour, the year, and then you're going to have all the cities that were a part of that tour. Sometimes, not necessarily recently, you'll have the dates as well. So that's when I say tour merch, that's what I'm thinking of in terms of tour merch, tour-specific merchandise. Some bands will do unique items per show or per venue that they play. Metallica's really good at this in terms of posters, right? They will have a show poster for single show they play. And right now with the 72 Seasons tour, they do 2 shows per city.
Yes.
It's a unique poster so far it's been a unique poster per night.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the same regardless, but the so far aspect is it's usually one artist who does a piece that is then cut in the middle that go together if you get both of them, which is really cool. I love that aspect. But this conversation, I wanted to ask you, like, what do you prefer? Do you prefer the overall tour merch, or do you prefer like the individual city merch when you get things?
So majority of the bands that we see is tour merch, I think. We only been to a few things that do city merch.
Yeah, there's only been a few that do individual location merch, city merch. Yeah. Linefest, I think, is a good example where they did a specific shirt for that Iowa show.
They did, yeah.
And we didn't get it. I think I picked one up at that show, which was the overall tour merch or tour shirt, right? And looking back, I really wish I would have got that individual show. Like, it was really cool with like the faces the masks coming out of the cornfield shit.
Yeah.
But we did pick up the individual show poster that they had there for that.
Yeah. I definitely would go for the tour shirt over just a regular merch shirt.
That's a good point too, right? Like,
yeah.
What go ahead. I think elaborate on that.
So if there's 2 shirts, or we're just gonna make it simple, 2 shirts. One is just the band, Lamb of God.
Yep.
Or if there's a Lamb of God shirt with the tour dates, or that says Lamb of God Omens Tour, or whatever. I'm saying that because I own that shirt. But yeah, so like I would rather go for the tour shirt than just a Lamb of God shirt.
Looking at the back here, you're wearing an Apocalyptic shirt right now. We picked that up while they were on tour.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good point too, or a good question for you is this one does not have the dates on the back.
Yeah.
I also prefer though if they have the dates on the back, or if it's an individual show shirt. I guess I like that. I'm torn on the shirts.
I don't think that Apocalyptica did. I don't think Apocalyptica did tour shirts at this time because it was in 2022, like when shows were still getting canceled a lot.
Was it 2022 or 2021?
Was it fall of 2021?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. It was either fall or spring of 2022. But I don't think that they did. I don't think they had a tour shirt at all.
And I can't remember if they did or they didn't, but I know there's a couple times where I've opted to not get the tour shirt because the art on the front is lame. Or in my opinion, I don't like the art. I think it's lame. I think it's boring.
Yeah.
I then would opt for the show or the shirt that looks the coolest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And sometimes those don't have dates on them, and that kind of pisses me off when you go to a show and one shirt has dates on it and everything else is just the front. Like, I really don't like that.
That happened when we went to Upheaval with Disturbed, because I almost always buy a Disturbed shirt, and I just didn't like the art. And I was like, we ended up getting a sweater because it was cold.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't a tour sweater
either.
It
wasn't a tour
sweater. Just a sweater.
Yeah. But it's normally, I will always get the tour one. But I just didn't like the art, and I was like, I'm not going to get this. But an example, I feel like we're doing like fashion shows. You have Milwaukee Metal Fest. So there was a couple bands, like Biohazard was one. Did Anthrax have their own shirts as well for the tour?
Everybody on, I think that second, like almost the headliners all had their own except for like Lamb of God.
Lamb of God did not. And I was kind of disappointed because I was like, I want, well, like even Shadows Fall, you have
I love that shirt,
and
honestly.
it's a Milwaukee like has Milwaukee Metal Fest or like a Milwaukee themed shirt.
The back of it's so much Milwaukee themed.
And like, so I said, because Lamb of God was Sunday night, it was the last headliner. Yeah. And I said, I was like, okay, I'm going to wait until Sunday to buy a shirt because I want the Lamb of God Milwaukee Metal Fest shirt. And they didn't do one.
Yeah.
They were like one of the only ones. And I was so disappointed because I would rather have a Lamb of God Milwaukee Metal Fest than just a Lamb of God shirt.
I mean, I think we're lucky that we have two of us.
Yeah.
Where if a band, Rammstein's a good example of this, where they had the overall tour shirt and then they had individual city shirts.
Yes. Yep.
We went to Soldier Field. It's kind of lame, or not lame, but it's bad luck on us that each city shirt had a different color to it. We got the turquoise city shirt.
Not turquoise.
Whatever.
Teal, yeah.
Teal city shirt. And then there was a green. The overall tour shirt was green. So it's like very similar colors.
Yeah.
But you get like, I think Minneapolis had like purple or something. It's like, oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, our shirts do look almost the same.
But because we were buying one for you, one for me, we can end up getting the overall tour and the overall city.
Yeah.
I kind of like the overall tour more than the individual city just because you get all the dates. I love to see the date. I love to track like where you're bouncing around to.
Yeah.
But when it comes to posters, I want the city poster.
Yeah.
The show poster. Because, I mean, it's unique for that experience. I don't know. For some reason, the poster's what I want, a unique city location style poster, but the shirt, I want all the dates.
I like the city posters so we have Grateful Dead city poster, which is like Chicago Cubs themed or Chicago themed.
Because they played Wrigley.
Yep. And then we have quite a few Metallica posters where there's like a theme of like thinking of the 40th with San Francisco.
Yeah.
Like you have the Bay Bridge in the background and you have it like on a hill and stuff like that. But then you have Mastodon, which is a beetle. I just don't like that.
I get that. I
guess what I'm saying is I like the theme of the city in what is
you like the
where you're going to
be. What's the theme of this?
Yeah, not just a beetle.
We're at time.
Yeah,
and Mastodon's like there's no theme to it. It's
unique because
Mastodon posters are fucking sick. I love Mastodon posters, but I get what you're saying.
And it is unique. Only Milwaukee had the beetle.
I get what you're saying. Like, what the fuck does this have to do with Milwaukee?
Yeah.
But Metallica with the 40th, you can see the bridge in the background. Yeah. Like you can see San Francisco.
And then Disturbed did a couple for their Canada shows, and they were like unique to the city as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. Anyways.
Yeah. There's no hard fast truth.
No.
Like here's what I always get. Here's what I always don't get. But the theme is. Tour and city merch is fucking awesome. If you can get it.
Yeah. Especially when it's themed, it's even better. But,
yeah. Bye.
Bye.